Hello, Mila. I'm Francisco Lьяно. I'm the brand ambassador of Familia Zucardi from Mendose, Argentina.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so let's start from the very beginning.
Yep.
So I know that the name Finca Beltran refers to the first vineyard planted by the family in 1963.
Yep.
So how has the family decided to plant it? Why was this plot chosen and the region exactly?
The winery was founded in 1963 by the first generation Alberto Zucardi. He brought a very innovative irrigation system from US and he bought some land in Maipú. It's a sub-region in Mendose in the east.
Right.
And to showcase to his colleagues this irrigation system, and little by little he was in love of winemaking. So to make it short, by chance he was involved in viticulture. Yeah.
Oh. So that was spontaneous in some
Yes,
way.
exactly. That's in 1963, and nowadays the winery is handled by second and third generation. The second generation, our current director, his name is Jose Zucardi.
I see.
And the third generation, he's three children. The youngest is Sebastián Zucardi. He's the head winemaker of Zucardi Uco Valley. And the second one is Julia. That's why Santa Julia Winery. And the youngest is Miguel. He carried on the olive oil project in Argentina.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
How has the plot changed since then? What was the size and composition of the plot then? And how has it changed through time?
When you say plot, what do you mean?
The vineyard, the Finca Beltran vineyard.
Yeah, well,
has it changed?
Yes, of course, because we are nowadays the organic wine producer #1 in Argentina. So we have nowadays in the east 700 hectares, 400 of them organic certified, and on the west 400 hectares. So in total we have 1,000 hectares. Between the 5 biggest winery, we are the only 100% family-owned company.
Oh wow! How did it come to this organic vineyard management? How did you decide to switch to it?
Well, yes, it's quite easy to be organic in Mendose because we don't have any humidity. It's a desert. We have in the east 1,100 kilometers to the Atlantic Ocean, and on the west, the big wall, the Los Andes Mountains. So it's totally dry, which means healthy grapes. More than 300 sunny days, which makes a very optimal environment for growing grapes, healthy grapes. Yeah.
I see. And what's the most appealing about the plot, about the vineyard?
Appealing?
Appealing. What's interesting in that terroir?
Yeah, well, this estate is located 650 meters above sea level, one of the lowest in Mendose, I have to say. Because on the west, we have stayed from 900 to 1,500. Still is high, so you can find it in this level of natural acidity. So that gives also the soil is sand mostly. It's a desert, and we have a diurnal range. Cold night, warm days. So this difference produce very balanced ripeness and very high natural acidity that give freshness to our wines. Yeah.
You've mentioned that sand soil. Does it mean that you have your own rootstocks, or are they still rootstocks? The vines, do they have their own roots, or due to phylloxera, or
no, without phylloxera.
So
zero,
zero phylloxera area, right?
No, yeah.
Great, because of the sand, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
No, and besides we don't have humidity, so we have healthy grapes.
It just doesn't live there.
No.
Oh, lucky you are.
Yeah, okay. We don't have like Europe. The only problem we face is water. That's why it's very important for us winter season. If we have a good winter during June, July, and August, we have the snow in the peak of the mountain. Then the snow melted, go to dams. We use this water to irrigate our vineyard. So the water of these wines come from Los Andes rain.
But this is what it all has started from irrigation, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it still works and feeds the vineyard, right?
Exactly, yep.
Let's speak about the altitude. How does it influence the wine? Not only the vines, but also the wine. And if we compare your wines from the valley and from some high vineyards, what's the difference between them?
It's different, yes. It's totally different. Soil composition. In Zucari, for example, we have more calcium carbonate. We produce, and we also use concrete. Just a pinch of oak, but concrete. And these are more elegant wines, mineral wines. This Finca Beltran is our most popular wine style because it's very convenient for the price and for the value you have. And this is different. The more you go up, the temperature every 100 meters you go up, 1 degree is down. So you have more thermal amplitude, and is in our opinion is better for the grapes. So it's a perfect combination, the soil and the altitude. And well, you can try it and to see yourself the high natural acidity, which are very fresh. For example, in our white wines, we don't use malolactic because we want acidity, we want freshness.
And in red wines, you prefer just the fruity, the active fruits?
In both we focus in fruit, easy to drink wines, and don't, as I mentioned before, no makeup in the wine. I always say a word that is funny: naked wines, because nothing to hide.
Right, I understand.
Yeah, pure fruit.
Well, about the wines then, do you plan to keep this vineyard as the really old and memorial one, or do you renew the wines?
We renew every, depend on the variety and the zone, the microregions, but we renew every between 10 years and 25 years. It depends on the zone, the microregion, and the grape. Yeah.
I see. And about the grapes, you have not only the classical Argentinian ones, but also some rare
Europeans, like we have Tempranillo, Viognier, Pinot Grigio, Pinot Noir. Yeah.
And what motivated this choice?
Our head winemaker, Sebastian, he made a lot of overseas harvests, and he has a lot of knowledge, not like me. And he made the biggest decisions about that. Yeah.
About the plant, also the planting process.
Exactly. Right? And we have a very professional agriculture team.
I see.
And we work from the soil, as you well said, the water, but the soil, the sun, which means the terroir. Okay?
Is he the only one in charge of the style of the wines?
He's in charge of Zucari mostly, the premium. Our premium portfolio, but also he makes decisions in Santa Julia, where Finca Beltran comes from, and also he has like 12 other winemakers, and at the agriculture team, like 12 people more. Yeah, we are 450 employees, and in harvest season, almost 1,000.
Oh, that's much.
Yeah.
How do you manage to control and to take care of all the plots and all the vineyard sites?
It's a very hard work, I have to say. But if we have water and we had a good winter, no problem about that. The organization is easy. But the thing is, when you don't have water and you had to handle very few reserves that you have. That is the difficult.
It sounds like it's all about not about hands, but about water, indeed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's different.
Yep.
Different from Europe.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We don't have problems about quality of harvest. People used to ask me about how was your harvest. We don't have in quality problems about that, but sometimes in quantity because water.
But I have a question about quality also. Has the style changed from the 80s till nowadays?
Yep.
And due to what? consumer behavior or
exactly. Well,
global warming or some other reasons.
In Argentina, the average consumption of wine in 60s and 70s was almost 90 liters per person. Nowadays, it's 23, which is it's a good number. Here in Russia, I think it's 5. In England, for example, it's 23 as well. Portugal, 65. Well, but the style was totally different. It was volume. We don't have any competition of spirit or less beers. And it was another style. Easy to drink, cheap wine in volume. And nowadays we are more focused about quality. So we say less is more.
How would you describe the style of Finca Beltran wines?
Well, in the 60s, 70s, or nowadays, I would say 20 years ago, was more oaky wines. Hard to drink, only one glass and that's it. Nowadays, I'm talking about us, we are more focused in the fruit, easy to drink wines, very quality wines, value for money, but very easy and refreshing. That's our focus. And in the fruit, no, we don't want too much tobacco, vanilla, and chocolate. We want wines that you can drink like this.
Is it about both white and reds?
Both, yeah, both.
I see. Quite different. What's the homemade dish which you may recommend for your wines?
Yeah.
Some of them are some exact wine.
You know our diet. I'm from Argentina.
Sure.
We base our diet in meat.
Good.
Yeah, asado, barbecue. So I would say in reds, steak, of course, red steak, beef, but also pasta. In this level, you can pair it with pasta.
Which kind of?
Pasta with tomato, spaghetti, whatever. And about whites, I would say fish, white fish. Yeah, we don't have fish in Mendose because it's we don't have any sea. But I would say here, maybe with fish or sometimes salads. Yeah.
So is it the food which you prefer at home for these wines?
Yeah, it's very important to pair. These wines are foodie wines. You can drink it, and we don't want wines that can, cover the food, to make up the food.
Sure.
That we want to be in the same wave. Yeah.
So they can partner.
Exactly.
Who is this person who loves your wines? What's the portrait of this person?
In the winery, you say?
No, I mean the consumer.
The target.
The typical consumer.
Typical consumer
is the young
from
person or old person?
We don't have typical consumer from 20 years old to go to up. It's not. We don't have any teenagers. Maybe this line, Finca Beltran, is more for young people. Because they are looking, they are looking for easy to drink wines.
Right.
So maybe for them, yeah.
It's quite trendy nowadays to make wines easier to drink.
Yeah, with a screw cap, easier to drink, to open.
You do have the screw caps, don't you?
Yes, in this line, yes.
In this line.
Yeah, we have screw cap. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite grape then?
In this line?
In this line.
In Finca Beltran, my favorite is Pinot Noir.
Why?
I found it very interesting in the nose. It's not a typical Pinot Noir if you compare with the old world. It's different. Well, this one is Pinot Noir, actually. And you can see the color. It's very dark because high altitude.
It doesn't look like.
Exactly. High altitude. More than 300 sunny days per year. So yeah, it's very interesting. I really recommend it. I recommend all the line, but if you ask me one wine of this line, I would choose Pinot Noir.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.